Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mikaylee. I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico. You can find me online at breakingyarn.com or anywhere on social media at breakingyarn. Today I wanted to share with you all of the fun goodies I picked up from the Rose City Yarn Crawl in Portland, Oregon. I went last weekend to the Rose City Yarn Crawl and I visited all 8 stores that were participating. This is my tote bag, so I guess this is acquisition number 1. I bought this tote bag and then we collected pins from each of the 8 stores, and there's an extra one from For Yarn's Sake. They gave us last year's pin as well since they had some extras. And Courtney and I went with my friend Courtney and I stayed with her. We added our names to the tote bags as well. And I did a vlog of my entire trip, the whole weekend that I was there. I will put a link to that so you can check out what we got up to while we're at the Rose City Yarn Crawl and kind of get what a feel is for it during COVID times. Okay, so I might be able to go in order. I didn't plan this out very well, but the very first skein of yarn. So Courtney and I decided that while we were waiting in lines and just throughout the weekend, that we would each pick up a skein of yarn from a store For Yarn's Sake, and then split the skeins in half and make our own, like, share a pair sock sets. So we did that on Thursday, and this is the one I picked out. This was specific to the Rose City Yarn Crawl. This one is by Knitted Wit in their sock base, and the colorway is Lost in the Woods. So that was the one that I picked up. And then Courtney picked out this really light pastel-y creamy one. It's also by Knitted Wit sock, and this one is called Agate Fossil Beds National Monument. I think she wanted to just see how hard it would be to say that. So we picked out these. That was our first purchase from For Yarn's Sake, and we're knitting socks. These are the progress on my socks that I have knit up. We're striping them, and it actually is kind of perfect because the stripes are not, it's obvious that we're doing stripes, but not like super obvious because of the way that the colors are working out. So I think it's turning out really cute. They're a little bit plumper of a fingering weight, but I'm just rolling with it. I figure worst case, I could just wear them around the house as slippers. Okay, also from For Yarn's Sake on Thursday, I picked up my very first skein of hedgehog fibers. This is made in Ireland. And of course, I've heard about hedgehog fibers a lot, but have never gotten to see them in person and or purchase one. And this one is called Multi Boombox, or it's called Boombox, my bad. I don't know. It's called Boombox. That's the colorway name. So that was my first 2 purchases at For Yarn's Sake. Then the next day we went to Naughty Lamb, and Hooker's Corner was having her trunk show there. So I picked up this skein. It's called I Bleed Purple, and it's a lot of pinks and purples and some blacks, which are really pretty. And it's a sock weight. Sock weight. Squish sock. And it's actually 100% superwash merino wool. So if I do end up making socks with it, I'll have to do a contrast cuff and toe. but that's okay. I might make something else out of it. We'll see. I have no plans. At Naughty Lamb, I also picked up some stitch stoppers from Coco Knits. I figured those would be good to start using. I've never really used those before. And was that all I got? No, I also got this skein of yarn from Long Dog Yarn. And this one is a 75 superwash merino, 25% nylon. And the colorway is So Jaded. I loved the green with the specks of purples and oranges and some different fun colors there. So that was from Naughty Lamb. And then we went to Weird Sisters. And at Weird Sisters, there was a trunk show by this Heidi West Designs. And I picked up this bucket bag. She prints her own fabric and then makes bags out of them. And the print that I picked out is hot air balloons. And I'm from Albuquerque, so it makes sense, right? But isn't that cute? You can stick, she was like, you can stick yarn in it, stick it on a shelf or something to display yarn. It looks cute, huh? So anyways, that's the bag I got. It's a wax canvas bottom. She said if it gets scuffed up, you can blow dry it and the scuffs will be gone. It's really interesting. But it has these little leather handles. Just super cute. Heidi West. That's what I got from Weird Sisters. And I should mention too, my goal for the Rose City Yarn Crawl was to get something from each shop. I wanted to support each one participating, and also each store gave you pattern codes for downloading their 2022 Rose City Yarn Crawl patterns for their shop. So each shop had a knit and a crochet pattern. And if you made a purchase during the Rose City Yarn Crawl, they give you a download code to download those for free off Ravelry. So I wanted to also make sure I got all the patterns too. Okay, so then after we went to Weird Sisters, we went to Close Knit, right? Close Knit? I think, yeah, we went to Close Knit next, and we waited a long time to get in the store. And then nothing was super sticking out to me, so I found this. This is, oh, why am I blanking on the name of this? Malabrigo. It's Malabrigo sock in the colorway Ursula. And I just kind of like the dark moodiness of it. And this one is 100% superwash merino wool. Okay, I get kind of confused when they say sock and then it's 100% wool, but it's just because it's a fingering weight and sometimes they just call it sock. But it's not, you can't really use that for socks. So anyways, I digress. After Close Knit, we went to Ritual Dyes. And at Ritual Dyes, I picked up this skein called Fuzzy Navel from Lola Bean Yarn Co. I thought this might match really well with the skeins I got at the Taos Wool Festival in case I need an extra little bit of yarn there. This is 100% superwash merino. So are the other ones that I got from the Taos Wool Festival. And then I also picked up this one, Ritual Dyes. The store, they also dye their own yarn, which is cool. And it's dyed in Portland, Oregon. And this colorway is called False Indigo. And this one is an 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 400 yards. So a little plumpy there. But I thought that was cute. It's a nice neutral gray with some blue speckles in it. And then we went to Starlight Knitting Society. And look what I got. La Bien-Aimée had a trunk show there. So I got these two. I felt like they went so well together. These are singles, single ply, I should say. It's 400 yards, 100% superwash merino. This one is called Sea Glass. And as you know, which is like my favorite color. And then this one is Life Aquatic. So it has that sea glass base with some other neon-y colors in there. And these are my first La Bien-Aimée yarns. So I was excited to get those. And then I also got this Twill and Print Fiber Studio. This is from Canada and it's called Starlight is the colorway name. And we were at Starlight Knitting Society. So it made me feel like this was a shop color for them. And it's dyed in Quebec. This one is a 80-10-10 superwash merino, cashmere, and nylon. Ooh, getting fancy here. Twill and Print. It's a very dark maroony, and then goes into some purples and some blues. But I just love things that are unique to the stores or to the area. And then from Starlight Knitting Society, I also got my very first bar of Tuft Woolens. This is the sock soap, it says, and it is chai spice, and it smells amazing. So good. I literally checked out and then saw this, smelled it, got back in line, and checked out just for the soap. And then I also saw these Mindful collection from Knitter's Pride. They're wooden darning needles. And I just thought they were unique and fun. I've never seen any ones like this. It comes in like a really cool like wooden case. Could also be a musical instrument. But it has a cute like little mandala, I don't know. But they're all wooden little darning needles, and it comes with like 4 of them. They're all different sizes. Yeah, but they're like a teal color and they're all wooden, so that's pretty fun. I just liked those. And then I also got these little stitch markers. They're like little hexagons, and they're by Riv Creative. So they just have these little rings. And then this one is like a progress keeper charm. But I thought those were cute. And it looks like they have an Etsy shop called Riv Creative. So those are cute. Whoops, my bad. So that was all day 2 of the haul. And then on Saturday, we went to Northwest Wools, and that's where I had my trunk show on Thursday. It went really well. Heidi ended up just buying the rest of the yarn that was left over from the trunk show, and she was just gonna sell that regular in her shop. Which is really exciting. And they had a trunk show on Saturday, and it was Shaggy Bear Farms, Scioto, Oregon. I should have looked that up, like how to say it, but I got this one. It's merino, pygora, and silk yarn. It's a 40-40-20 sock weight fingering. And she said the pygora is similar to an angora, which is a rabbit. I can't remember what she said the difference was though. Sorry. And does this one have a colorway name? Oh, peonies. Peonies. I don't know. Peonies. But I got that. And then I also picked up some Coriadel roving from her as well. This is also from the Shaggy Bear Farms. And I am going to dye this and then attempt to spin it for the first time on my drop spindle that I got a couple of months ago, and I haven't had any roving to try with. So I think I'm gonna dye this up first, and then I will spin with it. And I will probably do a separate video on YouTube kind of going through that process and kind of vlogging my experience of that. So that will be fun. And then the last store we went to on Saturday after our meetup with our Instagram and YouTube friends. Thank you to everyone who came. It was me, Courtney. Courtney is Shea Crochet. It was Nicole. She's Professor Pearl. She has a podcast here on YouTube, and she does a lot of like knit-alongs and stuff too on Instagram. And then it was Anna from Zebra Yarns. She dyes self-striping yarn. Beautiful. And then it was Melissa. And after the meetup, we were right in the Pearl District. We planned this. We were right in the Pearl District, so then we ended up going to Pearl Fiber Arts. And I picked up this skein from Alexandra, The Art of Yarn. It's like a really nice purple with some blues. And this one is a 70% superwash merino, 20% silk, 10% cashmere. Again, getting fancy. Getting fancy. But this is a local Oregon dyer, so I had to get that. So that's all. That's all of my purchases. I feel like I could have gone way more crazy than I did, but I was trying to spread out my support throughout the whole 8 stores. I didn't want to spend all of my money in one store and then be done and not be able to support the rest of the stores. So that was what I did. I just purchased something at each store, even if it was just one thing or 2 things. And then at Starlight, I spent a little more, but yeah, that's that. I appreciate you watching today's haul video from the Rose City Yarn Crawl 2022. If you want to check out the vlog of my weekend, again, I'll link it down in the description box for you, or up in the card, whichever one comes first. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.